You heard it here first. Saurabh wants to smash Lamine. Tottenham, like their counterparts in North London, are proving to be bottlers, at least specific to games. I think everybody in this call just can't stand Arsenal and Arsenal fans. They're absolutely horrid.
Lamine has been extremely confident, and his confidence has gone across the team. It spread so well.
I mean, imagine IPL being played somewhere else. Oh wait, that happened.
Can Barca just be the bigger man and just, forfeit the match and concede 3 points? Obviously, last season was not good at all. Like, we played 4 times and lost 4 times.
Let's just take a moment to laugh, please.
But honestly, he shouldn't play the Barca match because that is a punishable offense, what he did. Let's be frank. I don't watch La Liga games. I was lit. I was like, what the is wrong with this guy?
Absolutely disgraceful. Everything that happened in that game. And now we don't have Ferran, we don't have Rafinha, we don't have Lewandowski, now we don't have Hansi Flick also on the bench. But you don't give a player a red as soon as he comes on the pitch, bro. That's being racist.
Yeah,
we also know how to play haram ball once in a while.
None of our offside traps have been a trap actually. So it's been a trap for us, to be honest.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Footism podcast. We're here with you today for episode 2. A lot of you guys loved episode 1, and we decided that, we decided beforehand, but we were anyway going to do this. We're really happy to bring you guys episode 2, and we're filming this on Monday, which just happens to be Diwali. So to all you guys watching here today, happy Diwali from us at the Footism podcast to you guys out there, wherever you may be. If you guys can see the screen and everyone that's on there, you will notice we have a new team member on the Footism podcast today. Let me introduce you guys to Raf or Raphael. Raf, give the guys an introduction. Tell them your favorite team. Last time we mentioned our favorite position, football position, mind you. So yeah, just tell the people about yourself, man.
Yeah, well guys, hi, I'm Ralph, as you know. And my actual name is Raphael though. They're just lazy, by the way. And I'm a big supporter of Barcelona. I started out as a centre back. Then Varun here is bad at mid, so I played mid. And then Nithin missed all his shots, so I moved on into strike. Yeah, so that was my career in short.
Okay, fine. So yeah, guys, that is Raphael for you guys. Now, we usually start our podcast, or at least the first podcast, with a little bit of a review of what's happened so far. But I thought I'd catch you guys off guard, specifically my co-hosts here, with a little bit of a game. We're going to be playing a game called Smash or Pass. It's a very common game that people know about, but this time around, we're taking out the innuendos from it. We're going to play Smash, which is you would smash someone like Neon smashed Vinicius with that tackle against Getafe. Or we're going to play Pass. You're going to choose Pass, which is the way Bruno Fernandes played that nice pass to Harry Maguire, who slotted it in for victory against Liverpool, which is going to be a major talking point for us a little further on. So we'll start with Varun. Varun, Harry Maguire's goal, smash or pass?
Harry Maguire's goal, I would pass then, because he placed it so well, so 100% pass for me. Yeah,
he's passing the Maguire goal, expected. Let's go to Nabil. Nabil, I know you're a Leeds fan and we don't have a resident Liverpool fan here, but Van Dijk's performance as the so-called greatest defender of all time, smash or pass?
Yeah, his performance from last night, I think that's a smash. Don't want to see that happening again with Van Dijk.
Yeah, that was a tragic performance. Raf, you're new to the channel. Let's go with you. Araujo playing number 9 for Barcelona. Smash or pass?
Pass. Absolute pass.
Absolute pass.
That was a heck of a goal.
Yes, sir.
That was a finisher's goal. That was great.
Okay, Dheer, we'll end with you. Lamine Yamal's injury. Smash or pass?
I think he's smashing.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there, Dheer. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Saurabh wants to smash Lamine Yamal. But anyway, the jokes aside, it was a very entertaining weekend of football. There was a lot of controversy in La Liga, and of course the epic clash on Sunday, which was Liverpool versus Manchester United. We'll do a quick review of Liverpool versus Manchester United because it too had a few controversies here and there. Most particularly the first goal that Mbuemo scored. Now, the reason why it was such a huge controversy was because I think the likes of McAllister, Van Dijk, and Mbuemo went up in the air to try and challenge for the ball. And Van Dijk, in his physical presence, ended up elbowing his own player, McAllister, in the back of the head, and McAllister went down. And so did Mbuemo, but Mbuemo quickly recovered, ran past Van Dijk, took a nice through ball from Ahmad, and smashed it in past Giorgio Mamadashvili. So Varun, thoughts on the
Yeah.
Mbuemo goal? Do you think it was a bit controversial? Do you think Michael Oliver, who is historically a guy who hates Manchester United, actually did something in our favor for once?
So to be honest, when I saw the goal and I saw what happened, I thought it was a foul on Mbumo. That's what I thought first when you watched it. But then when you watch it again, you realize that Van Dijk went on his own player, and from a referee's point of view, he was looking for a foul in that attack. He was like, okay, is Van Dijk going to foul a United player? And that didn't happen. He hit his own player. So the referee let the play on. Like he kind of didn't think of it as a foul. He didn't realize that there was a head injury in there. And you try to understand that the goal happened because of just a simple mistake. I don't think it was a bad call as such. He let play on and we scored. So these things happen. I feel like it's gone against United a lot of times, and I would have been furious if I was a Liverpool fan. But I think the goal should definitely stand, and I wouldn't have really said much about it if it was a neutral game. So I think it's understandable that was a goal that went through. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough there. I mean, I kind of agree with you. I think that Michael Oliver did give us the benefit of the doubt, particularly with the head injury. Ideally, considering the current protocols in the Premier League, there should have been a short. I mean, it should have been called as a drop ball, I think, because of concussion protocol. But I mean, sometimes the shoe is on the other foot. Usually, VAR kind of supports Liverpool on most days, and I know we don't have a Liverpool guy to like back us up to defend himself here. But I mean, so the Mbuemo goal was one thing, but let's shine a spotlight on our man Harry Maguire. The amount of crap he has gotten over the past couple of years. In the last 2 seasons, he has come out with some sensational last-minute goals that have really helped United progress further in competitions. Last year in the Europa League, it was that last-minute header against Lyon that took us to the semi-final, I believe, against Athletic Bilbao.
Yeah.
And this time around, week 9, game week 9, beautiful header. Game week 8, beautiful header against Liverpool to seal victory for us, so victory over the champions. I saw an interesting thing that I mean, beating the Premier League and world champions is not for everybody. It's just a United thing. I mean, let's be honest there. Yeah, just toot our own horns a little bit here and there. It's not going to last long. We're likely going to lose to whoever we're playing next week anyway. But yeah, Maguire. I mean, I'm so happy that he scored that goal. He deserves plaudits for what he did there.
Definitely.
Slab head.
Yeah, Varun, thoughts on Maguire's goal?
So the thing is, I feel like the entire game, we were defensively solid in midfield, but I feel like we did show enough when it came to our back four. Like we managed to hold up our we managed to hold up Liverpool in midfield before they could actually attack properly. But if they got past our midfield, I feel like our defense wasn't doing the job as well. So we have sent Lamine to thank for that because I feel like he was all on top of it the entire time. But Maguire, even though the defense wasn't as good, I feel like he did what we had him in there for. Considering we didn't start with Sesko, I feel like Maguire was he was owed a header goal yesterday. I feel like that's what a lot of the United fans expected, that Maguire would be the big head that comes in during set pieces, and that's exactly what happened. So I feel like that's exactly what we needed as a United fan group. Maguire doing what Maguire does best in the 87th minute, I think. Oh, that's just peak. And what an assist by Bruno. I can't stop talking about that. I feel like not enough credit goes to Bruno already, but that pass, it was a first time Wally assist. You don't see those a lot. That is awesome. Straight up, one touch, side footed towards Maguire, who just has to place it beautifully. So that's what I have to say. Beautiful goal. I was really happy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a huge victory for us against Liverpool, and like we mentioned in the previous podcast, this was a make or break for both teams. If Liverpool won, it would really determine where they were going to stand in the title race, and for United, it would really propel us into the top half of the table where we can hopefully maintain our position there. And fortunately for United, it's just done that. We are in ninth position now, which is nowhere near the top four that we're hoping for, but we are only 2 points off the top four. Hopefully, Amarim, first time getting back-to-back wins as Manchester United manager, which is huge. Hopefully, he can continue that. Hopefully, he can make it three. Hopefully, he can make it four. Hopefully, he can make it 5 wins in a row. And that poor Manchester United guy who's got more hair in his head than me can actually get a haircut. Yeah, so we're 2 points off the top four. Hopefully, he can string those a couple more victories together and turn the season around after such a difficult start. Looking around otherwise in the Premier League, I mean, I'm hoping Nabil's mic issues are solved so that we can actually get him involved in this conversation. A couple of surprises here and there. Brighton managed to beat Newcastle 2-1. We're facing them next week, and we've, again, historically, at least in the past 3 or 4 seasons, not had great performances against them. Fortunately, we will be in Old Trafford, which hopefully will be a good thing for us, but with United, you can never say. Uh, Nabil's second love, let's say, Leeds United, or his third love, considering he's a married man, uh, is the is Leeds United, and Leeds United lost to Burnley 2-0. It was the battle of the newly promoted sides, and Burnley came out on top. Nabil, if you're there and if things are fine, what were your thoughts on Leeds' loss to Burnley, and how does it affect their Premier League season going forward? We have Nabil back. Nabil, we were just discussing the Burnley Leeds game. What were your thoughts on the game?
You guys can hear me now, right?
Yep, you're good to go, brother.
All right. Yeah, that was a very frustrating watch. Leeds and Burnley. I watched the whole game. Leeds. I mean, we had a lot of position, much more position than Burnley. We had much more shots than Burnley, and I also read a stat that so far in this Premier League season, I think this particular game, Leeds had the most crosses in the box of any team so far in the Premier League. But obviously, no goals scored, and I think that reflects on where we didn't strengthen in this summer transfer market, which is we basically don't have any good strikers. So we were creating loads of chances, but obviously no finishes. And then Burnley were very clinical. I mean, Kyle Walker. I mean, he just turned the clock back. He whipped in such a good cross for I don't know who scored for Burnley, but yeah, they got in the lead early first half. And then Burnley just did what they do. They just kept a low block. Kept defending really well, and there was no way through for us. So no, it was a game that we should have won. I mean, before coming into the game, we were looking at getting all 3 points, but obviously not the case. But still a long way to go in the season, I feel. But yeah, I think we are already looking at the January transfer market, and I think we need some reinforcement in the striker position because Calvert-Lewin is not gonna cut it. I don't feel he is gonna cut it. So yeah,
I mean, so that's an interesting point on your end. You clearly believe that Leeds needs some improvement in the striking department. Last week when we were discussing United, we talked about midfield prospects. What are some of the more affordable prospects you think Leeds can target in that position?
I mean, I don't like we had few like there was this guy who Marseille signed ahead of us. I'm forgetting his name, something Paksha or something, I don't know. So we wanted to sign him, but obviously we couldn't get him. There were certain targets that we wanted to sign, but we couldn't get them. I can't really remember their names. But yeah, I mean, once we go into the winter transfer market, I think we will try and get those players again. But at the moment, obviously, I don't think it'll be someone with a very high profile striker, obviously, given it's Leeds United. But still, I think it has to be better than what we have right now. Because right now it's just, I mean, we've got Calvert-Lewin, we've got Masia, and we've got Piro, and all three of them, like they don't have it what it takes to really finish at this kind of level.
Yep, that's a fair point. I mean, I think we can close out with the Premier League stuff right now. There were a couple of surprises again. Aston Villa, who had a horrid start to the season, much like United, managed to beat Tottenham in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham, like their counterparts in North London, are proving to be bottlers, at least specific to games. Speaking of their neighbours in North London, Arsenal find themselves at the top of the table. And hopefully that's something that doesn't last long because I think everybody in this call just can't stand Arsenal and Arsenal fans. They're absolutely horrid. Uh,
We
yeah,
just got to wait till December.
yeah, we just gotta wait till December, and the much like United bottling shit, I'm sure the world will work its magic, and Arsenal will once again end up finishing in second. But yeah, let's let's end with the Premier League stuff and let's move on to some of the more generic happenings in football right now.
Wait,
Uh,
before that happens, I want to ask you guys something. I want to ask the United fans something. Uh, how has what are your thoughts on the goalkeeper? I mean, in
Lamine,
general, I've heard a lot. Yeah, I've heard really good stuff about him. And this
dude,
is coming from a Barca fan who has been struggling with Ter Stegen for the last couple of years. And now when we have had a real goalkeeper for a few months, we were on top of the world. So what does that feel like? Somebody who can actually hold a ball, who can actually collect a cross. What
I
does that
mean,
feel
dude,
like?
it's like you said, man. I mean, like I mentioned last week, this guy knows how to jump and catch a ball. He can assert himself. He's got that physical presence that everybody thought Andre Onana would have when he came into United, and he's just bullying uh attackers and guys in set pieces and actually catching their ball whenever necessary. Other than that, also, he makes himself feel big every time he's on one-on-ones. He forced a really bad miss from Salah late in the game. It should have been easy for Salah. He scored from that position so many times before, but Lamen's just stretched himself out, made himself look big, and really just, he's been class for us so far. I really wish he could have got the clean sheet against Liverpool, but I mean, he's 23, 24. Hopefully we can hold on to him for like the next 10 years. And I sincerely think that once Thibaut Courtois retires, this guy's next up for Belgium.
I'm gonna say this from a sports psychologist point of view, like I always love doing. Um, Before Lamens, I feel like our team, even when they were playing, half their mind was on how badly we were doing defensively. Like no matter who it was attacking midfield, we were always concerned that if they messed up, it was there was basically no chance. You know, like usually when you have a defense, you think, okay, it's like you have three lines of defense: the defensive midfielder, the centre backs, and the goalkeeper. If the defensive midfielders mess up, they know they have some security with the defenders. If the defenders, the centre backs, as difficult as it is, know that if they mess up, they have the keeper. But for the past few seasons, I felt like Onana and Bayende didn't give that sort of security to the defenders when they were playing. So it became a lot of pressure. Like it seemed like the centre backs had all the pressure. And for the past two games, what I've noticed is everyone is playing a little more confidently. They know that even if they do mess up a little bit, there's always someone who's going to have their back literally. And Stan Lamont has been extremely confident, and his confidence has gone across the team. It spread so well. So, for more than just on the field stuff, I think psychologically, he has had an amazing impact, and I just hope it continues. I'm just really glad about that. So, yeah.
Mm,
Fair enough. So yeah, I think we will
interesting.
swiftly move on from the Premier League content. So yeah, let's talk about some things that have been happening in and around the football world. In the recently past game week, Villarreal played Real Betis, and from what I have read, the first 20 seconds of the game, absolutely nothing happened, primarily because both sets of teams were protesting a future game that's going to be happening on American soil, particularly in Miami. I'm talking about the Barcelona Villarreal game that La Liga has greenlit now. Uh, that is also proving to be a major issue. I think Hansi Flick has also come out and said that his players are not happy about it. He's not happy about it, but at the end of the day, they have no choice but to go with the Liga's decision. In a rare situation, even Real Madrid seems to be on the same page as Barcelona. Fiorentino Perez has also voiced his opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong about not being a fan about these games taking place outside of Spain. La Liga guys, what are your thoughts on this whole foreign soil La Liga game?
It's the
Raf.
Spanish league for a reason.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I feel like it's better if they play it in Spain rather than playing. I mean, imagine IPL being played somewhere else. Oh wait, that happened.
It
That happened.
happened.
But
Happens a lot. Happens a lot, brother.
Quite often.
yeah, no, I'm just
Welcome
stating
to
that
sports.
because I feel like this is being blown out of proportion. One game in Miami, yeah, maybe not a big deal for the viewers. Maybe the diehard fans and the players because they have to fly out. And again, like how we talked about the timings in the US not being suitable for European watchers, I think that's a big issue. And I feel it's better to just play a friendly there during your off season or something. But moving a Spanish league game there, it's not necessary. That's what I feel.
Hmm. Fair
I
enough.
think, I mean, at the end of the end of the day, for them, it's just about money, right? That's what La Liga wants to do. Whether it's the Spanish Cup happening in Saudi, whether it's uh Super Cup happening in Saudi, and or this game now. Uh, I don't think it's right as a league because let's say the supporters of say Barcelona or for of Villareal, these are not young supporters and these are not like people with a lot of money who can travel all the way to the US, spend all their money and watch the game there. For them, they are the core people who watch these teams in and out, day in, day out, uh, and not just, leave when a player leaves a team, for example. Right? These are the core fans. And I don't think it's right to in that sense, take them away from what they enjoy. But at the same time, I also understand that it's about money, and clubs will jump at the chance of earning more money. And of course, it's not right on the players or the staff, but any club, I would say, would still jump on the idea of this happening.
Especially
Yeah,
Barca.
I mean,
Especially Barca. Yeah, especially Barca.
this is like, I mean, this couldn't happen to like a worse club than Villarreal, because if there is something you want to know about Villarreal, it's a very small town, like maybe like 50, 60,000 people,
Yeah.
very working class. And then you're slapping them with this game being moved to the US. Like nobody's gonna be able to afford it. And just not for Villarreal, like for every club, playing Barcelona or playing Real Madrid is like the game of the season for
A big
them.
deal.
And that's the game you're
Yeah.
moving. Like, supporters can't go to that game, and that's the big game you look forward to every year. So, it is just a terrible decision, really. I mean, the Super Cup being moved to Saudi was bad enough. Now this is just like, yeah, it's horrible. I get it's about the money, but then Villarreal is not a rich club. Do you think they really care? They don't like they want their game to be played in their home and not away, even though it means money being generated into a club like Villarreal, who are not very rich. But I don't think they want that really. I think if you ask us,
But it's not going to be split that well, right? Because again, when you're going to a country like the US, where the majority of the fans are casual fans, the fans are going to be of Barca.
yeah, it's
That
gonna be for
Barca will make the
Barca.
most money.
Exactly,
It'll be like a home game for Barca then.
exactly.
It'll
Yeah,
be a-
That is actually a point I wanted to bring up because this is actually supposed to be a home game for Villarreal, and that is a huge
yeah.
disadvantage because right now, looking at the table, they are actually challenging for a Champions League spot. The third on the table right now, assuming they keep up that form. I think the game is supposed to take place around December. Uh, if that happens and they end up playing a home game in the United States where 100% the entire stadium is going to be filled with Messi fans and Barcelona fans, it's a huge disadvantage for them because they lose that home advantage. They lose that support they get from their home fans. And I don't know. I mean, I personally feel it is a bit of a questionable situation. I mean, we always dream of seeing our favorite clubs and players coming and playing in India, but we always keep it in the back of our minds that we wanted to be in a friendly match or during the off season. Like they come here for a tour, play a couple of games, you get to see them, and then they go back and play their La Liga games or their Premier League games in Spain and England. I don't know. I feel like this could just start as a domino effect, and slowly but surely, we're going to see more games, not just in the La Liga, but the Premier League, Serie A, and Liga go and play games abroad purely for monetary reasons. Nobody had a point to make.
Mm.
yeah. Can I just say? I think we've all agreed like this is not a good thing that's happening. So can Barca just be the bigger man and just forfeit the match and concede 3 points to Villarreal? I think that would be
Nah.
I think that would be very it would come in top 10 respectable moment for sure.
I like that you bring
Look,
that up, Nabil. I like that you bring that up because this
You'll
is
make
a
a statement.
perfect way. It's a perfect way to transition to the main topic we're going to be talking about. Of course, you're a Real Madrid fan at heart, and you've got two Barcelona fans here. This weekend, major game, perhaps the biggest game in club history. We're, of course, talking about the El Clasico. I'm not particularly sure where is it taking place. Is it going to be in
Bernabeu.
Barcelona or is it going to be in Real Madrid?
Bernabeu.
Bernabeu. So home game for Real Madrid. So we'll start off with the home
training
team
ground.
fan. Okay, we're not talking about Barca's current stadium, my friend. Let's stick with Nabil. Nabil, home game for you guys. What are the narratives for Real Madrid heading into this game?
Well, I think one of the narrative is definitely that's something that I brought up in the last episode, which was that Xabi Alonso needs to get a win against one of the bigger clubs. He still hasn't done that. Atletico Madrid was a shambles. PSG in the FIFA World Cup was a shambles. So this is going to be a huge test for Xabi Alonso. The good thing is that Mbappe is red hot in form. Like he's scored in 13 games back to back. Unbelievable form. Players returning from fitness. We've got, Yeah, I think Trent could be on the bench. I'm not sure. I think we are expecting Holson to come back as well. We've got a midweek game against Juventus in the Champions League as well. So, I mean, the squad that we announced for that game will tell us a whole lot about, what kind of squad we go for in the El Clasico as well. Because Xabi is rotating the squad a lot. I mean, Vinicius didn't start the last game as well. It was Rodrigo who started. So yeah, one of the narratives is that Xabi, this is going to be another test for Xabi Alonso. Just we want to see him get over the line against one of the big clubs as well, right? And obviously, last season was not good at all. Like we played like what 4 times and lost 4 times. That was a horrible. That was just horrible. Oh my God.
Let's just take a moment to laugh, please.
But I don't think that'll happen this time. I think we are playing much more better than last season.
Nabil, I
But
have a question. So I just want to ask you. So one thing I noticed about Xabi Alonso, like from the World Cup, I mean the Club World Cup, was that he constantly changed his formation according to what he thought needed fixing in that game. Like if something went wrong tactically, he would try to fix it in the next game, and he kind of did that for the first 2 games of the season as well. I just want to ask you: do you think that you guys have a solid formation now, or is Xabi Alonso always going to be the kind of manager who tries to change it up a little bit, like as the season goes
no,
on?
I think he does change up formations a little bit. I think he's got one or two formation that he sticks with, which is the 4-2-3 of a 4-2-3-1, and your classic 4-3-3. Apart from that, I don't think he really experiments a lot. It's just between those two, depending on which players we have available. He goes with the formation that he needs. Obviously, during the game, if we need goals, if we're 2 goals down, and then obviously something he'll mix it up then. But to start of the game, I think he likes to. I think these are the two formations. 4-2-3-1 is the mainly one that he goes with. Mbappe up front, obviously, and then wingers in either Vinicius, Rodrigo, and Masantoro. And then Arda Güler has been playing really, really well. His connection
Yeah.
with Mbappe has been phenomenal this season. Even last night against Getafe, Arda Güler was on the bench, and we weren't creating anything. And as soon as he comes on, boom, one assist for Mbappe and then goal. So no, he's been really good. I'm really looking forward to seeing Arda Güler. I don't think it's his first El Clasico, but yeah, I am still looking forward to seeing him on the weekend. So yeah, I think that'll be huge. And I don't know where that leaves Bellingham, because I mean, I think I was discussing this with one of the guys on our group as well. Because obviously Arda Güler in that attacking midfield, you've got Vinicius one side, Franco on the other side. I don't know where that leaves Bellingham, because then we have Chouameni and then we have Fede Valverde as well. Actually, we might still play Bellingham because right back is still not sorted. So I think Xabi Alonso might just stick Fede Valverde on the right back, and then we might actually end up seeing Bellingham play with Arda Güler as well. But yeah, no, definitely very, very excited for this game, and yeah, hopefully we come out on top.
So before we go to the Barca fans, let's do a little bit of a callback to one of the jokes we cracked at the beginning of the episode, the smash bit. Vinicius, what happened over the weekend with Getafe? That honestly, he shouldn't play the Barca match because that is a punishable offense. What he did, let's be frank, that was crazy.
Can I just
He
say,
got tripped up and held his face. I mean, come on, what the hell is that?
That's Vinicius for you, man. That's
no,
game
no,
in,
no,
game
no,
out.
no.
Come on.
Getafe, I think Getafe deserve that for playing haram ball through 5 minutes. I mean, what the?
Oh
what the
wait,
hell
That's
come
not
on,
fair,
no,
man.
no,
Come
no,
on.
no,
You know,
come on,
No, that's
man.
not how it
one
works.
thing about Vinicius earlier, like earlier in the season, he used to get rage baited by other players. Now he rage baits everyone else, which I just love
Oh,
to see
dude.
that. Like the whole stadium is just annoyed by him. He got
Like,
one
I still
press.
remember
He got one more.
that little screenshot of him smiling after he got the guy red carded. I don't watch La Liga games. I was lit. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Oh my God, it was
That was like
such a
that was like a cheeky David Luiz in a Chelsea shirt. Do you remember that? Do you guys
bro.
remember?
It was
Against
equivalent.
United, of course, you remember.
Yeah.
It was equivalent to Ronaldo winking at Rooney during like that
Yeah,
2008 or
that is
2006 Euros. Oh my God, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Smash, let's talk about Saurabh now. Barcelona boy. Lamine
Yo.
Yamal, he's definitely not going to be playing. But what is the
No,
game
wait.
looking like for Barcelona?
Let me start by addressing the Getafe game.
Okay,
I
okay.
think that was
I guess you're
that
not
was
off that yet, but yeah.
I'm not.
Let
That
it
was
go, Saurabh. Jesus.
absolutely disgraceful. Everything that happened in that game. Madrid played really well. towards the end, they played well. There was all haram ball all across the game. But at the same time, that is not a red card on. That isn't a red card on any day. Okay, I get it. If he's the last man, maybe that's his first touch of the game, bro. He didn't even touch the ball. He came on. The guy turned. He put his foot. He got tripped. Maybe fair. But that's it. You don't give a red card for that.
You can't blame Vinicius
You know-
for the referee giving a red card to the player. You can't blame him.
I'm blaming the referee, not Vinicius.
Yeah, blame
Was it
referee.
a
Blame the
second
referee.
yellow or
Yeah.
direct red? Second yellow or direct
No, it
red?
was
Direct
straight
red,
red.
bro.
Direct
Straight
red.
red.
Direct red.
But the first one was direct red. The second one was second yellow.
Yeah. Now that we're talking about referees, I also want to go back to the Girona game because wait a sec, this sort of carries on to the La Liga because in that game Hansi Flick got a red card, a double yellow, and that was because the ref gave him a yellow, and Hansi looked at Frenkie and shouted something. He said something like this, and I think it was Gil Manzano, right? The ref. I think it was him. He thought it was directed towards Hansi. No, it was directed towards him, and he gave him a red card. And now we don't have Ferran, we don't have Rafinha, we don't have Lewandowski. Now we don't have Hansi Flick also on the bench. How is this a big game now? We're
mean,
just going into it.
I always feel like with La Liga, that's always a narrative, right? The entire, like, it always feels like in these particular games, particularly the ones Barcelona and Real Madrid are involved in, instead of the focus being on Barcelona and Real Madrid, it's like the referees want to make it their own reality show where they just do whatever
Some
the
of
hell
them,
they
yes. But you don't give a player a red as soon as he comes on the pitch, bro. That's being racist.
Yeah, that's.
Come on,
Oh.
it's Neom.
Well, listen.
Steven Gerrard.
Wait, I get it. No,
I
no,
mean-
no. I'm not gonna say it.
I mean, us United guys remember Steven Gerrard in his last game against Manchester United coming on.
No, we
stepping on-
don't talk about United anymore.
Stepping
That's
on
it.
Juan
Now we're on La
Mata getting a
Liga.
red card. I mean, it's a thing that happens a lot in La Liga. But yeah, let's get back to the topic at hand.
Anyway, let me
Barcelona.
finish the game. I think I would say this is a very good game set up for Madrid to win because they've been in really good form and we haven't really. And on top of that, even though I feel like Hansi Flick with his system, with his mentality is going to do some wonders, you can't not look at the fact that we don't have our main players. We don't have Lewandowski, we don't have Rafinha, we have a barely fit Lamine Yamal. He was limping up for the last game and you don't know if he's injured or not. Fermin Lopez is back, which is a good sign. And we finished the last game with Ronald Araujo as a number 9, which tells you a lot about this team. So, personally, I feel like it's going to be a loss for Barca or a draw. I don't see a big scoreline because we also know how to play haram ball once in a while. And I can see that happening, especially if... For me, it all depends on where Araujo plays in the next game. If he's played, I've read some reports in the last few hours saying that he might start or maybe come on after 30 minutes or a half time as a number 9,
That'll be crazy.
which sounds crazy. But as of now, the front line that we might be looking at is Rooney Bardaji, Lamine Yamal and Rashford, which means...
I thought you said
which
Lamine
means,
Yamal was still injured.
No, he's fit. He played the last game.
Okay,
He was limping,
okay.
but the reports are suggesting that he'll be back for the next game. And which means that... Because see, we also have a game after this, right? We have a game against...
Olympiacos.
Who? Olympiacos, yeah. So we do have a game and I think it should be fine by then. Which also means we could see Lamine Yamal as a false 9, which could be very interesting as well. But yeah, I'm not very keen on this game. Things have fallen apart since the last podcast. Sorry, the first podcast to be recorded. No, I don't think we have a good chance because it's Real Madrid and it's at the Bernabeu. We do tend to turn up at the Bernabeu. It's a mentality thing. So I do feel like we will. But I'm not going to be sad if we don't. You can't blame the team.
We're
You can't blame
feeling the
Flick.
miss of Inigo Martinez.
A lot, yeah, a lot.
A lot.
The
The
most.
season, yeah. None of our offside traps have been a trap, actually. So it's been a
Yeah.
trap for us, to be honest. So yeah, we are feeling that pinch, definitely. So yeah, this time I'm not positive either when it comes to the match at Bernabeu. Like Deer said, yeah, we do turn up in the Bernabeu. I guess the kids hate it or whatever. But yeah, definitely Fermin Lopez. I'm sure he'll turn up though. But yeah, looking at the season, we weren't up to the mark, I would say. And I think experience peaks at this point because last season, a lot of new guys, a lot of fresh blood. They were very hungry. And this season, I don't see that. And I think that's where experience kicks in, and we don't have that. So I think the stage is set for Madrid. Hopefully, Mbappe doesn't, you know.
I mean, so I have a question for you, Barca guys. So as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of transfer speculation, and I know that injuries are a real issue for Barcelona right now. Uh, Now they're not very cash heavy. We've known that for the past couple of years. They're struggling to, get people on contracts and stuff like that. But are there potential targets for Barcelona in the January window to, shore up their attacking bit, maybe replace Inigo Martinez, like you guys mentioned?
At the moment, I'm not hearing any rumors. I don't think there's anybody we're looking for because we're expecting that once the team is fit, we have enough players. So I don't think there's any names per se that we're looking out for at the moment. And
So
that's
would
the
that
third time I've said at the moment.
Yeah, would that mean that you guys are going to do your favorite thing and that is dip into La Masia and see what you can find? I mean,
Yes,
we mentioned
sir.
that guy last week, which we butchered who it was, in fact. What was his
Yeah.
name again, Saurabh?
Uh, Good question.
Sama Nomoko.
Sama, yeah.
Yeah,
Sama
17-year-old
Namoko.
kid.
Yeah.
Is there
A
anybody
winger.
else in La Masia you think could potentially make that move up to the first team?
Um, I think the last game Tony Fernandez also started against Girona, which is again very good. Like he has a lot of potential. And I feel like he's one of those players who fits in where Daniel Olmo plays in the number 10 role. So I'm looking forward to see him. He performed pretty bad in the last game, but again, that's a player that can grow into the team slowly and surely. There's Joe Fernandez as well, who's already come to the first team. Uh, but yeah, I don't see. There's another name that I can't remember. Uh, it's similar to the name you mentioned, Sama, something like that. He's the guy who's uh his name is Baba something. Baba
Yeah, we discussed him,
Karamo.
right? Ilax
Yeah,
Moriba's cousin. Let me just
yeah. He's a
Google
defender.
that
Yeah,
again. Uh, Baba Kuruma.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
Also,
interesting.
let me. I want to bring up something as well. That a majority of I want to give a special shout out to Frenkie de Jong. In the last game, he played as a number 10 towards the end of the game against Girona, and he was unreal. He provided the assist as well.
The man's on fire.
So yeah. So I think he could be the differentiating factor for us. Of course, you have Pedri, you have Yamal whenever he comes on, you have Araujo for that matter. But I think Frenkie is going to be way more important than we Barca fans think he is. Especially in the last Clasico as well, he controlled the entire game. He held the ball like it was his own child. So I do see uh, the difference maker being him. But let's see, that's how it goes.
Sort of one more thing, like obviously we know, like which players are out in the attacking positions. The midfield seems sorted. Pedri, Frankie De Jong, Fermin Lopez, I think should be all fit and available. How
Yeah.
how do you think your back four is gonna look like for the Clasico? Who do you have fit? Who do you have?
Mm.
Who's not available? And also the keeper situation is like who's gonna play?
So it's the same. Chesney is available. Chesney is going to start no matter what. We don't have a we don't have a choice. Other than that, like I said in the beginning, it all depends on where Araujo plays. Now Araujo could be the guy who's starting as right centre back,
Hmm.
but seeing how things have folded in the last few games, probably going to be Balde, Kubarsi, Eric, and then Kunde on the right, which is a good backline tactically, but there's no physical presence there, which I feel like Mbappe could easily exploit. So I can see Ronald Araujo starting as a right centre back and uh, going back to the same Balde, Kubarsi, Ronald Araujo, and Kunda on the right. So that's
You
pretty
know,
much set. There's not much difference.
I mean, I think we've reached like the 50-minute mark. Let's try and end the episode. We'll end the episode with predictions. I don't
Mhm.
think there are not many big games happening in the Premier League, so I don't think we need to focus on the predictions there. Let's focus on the predictions for La Liga. El Clasico, biggest game of the season, at least the first half of the two biggest games of the season. There's going to be a return fixture, of course. Predictions. Let's start with the Barca boys. You're not going in with a very positive mindset, but what do you think what do you think the goal scoreline is going to look like?
Ralph, want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I would hope for a draw, looking at the teams, but I would say 3-1 we lose.
That's a heavy defeat. Saurabh?
I would say 2-1.
2-1. So both of you have a goal going to Barcelona. Who's going to get that goal for you guys?
Lamine Jamal.
Jamal. Jamal.
Lamine Jamal.
Speaking of Jamal, Nabil, what are your predictions for the match? But yeah, jokes aside, Nabil, what is your prediction for the Real Madrid Barca game?
Even though like Barca, even though like as the boys discussed, even though a lot of Barca boys aren't fit, I think Real Madrid would win, but I think it'll be a close victory. I would also go with what Saurabh is going. I'll go for a 2-1 victory for us.
And who's getting on the score sheet for Real Madrid?
I think,
Of course, Mbappe.
yeah, I think Mbappe's getting one, for sure. I think Vinicius is due a goal in the El Clasico. I think he gets one as well. And
I'm
for
really hoping
now we
doesn't
need
score.
now we need Raho on the centre back. Somebody to beat the shit out of him.
And I think for Barcelona, I think you guys get a goal from a set piece or something, because I don't trust us on set piece really. So I think
I mean, I would put
someone
my
like a
bet on
Kovacic or
Rashford.
someone heads it and I don't know.
Oh yeah, how would I forget Rashford? Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did you say Rashford or Trashford? Because I didn't hear you properly.
In
No,
Barca, he's Rashford.
Yes.
Barca is Rashford. Okay, got you.
Yes.
But yeah, guys.
Rashford MBE.
Wait, I have a prediction, bro.
Okay. Oh, okay. What is your prediction?
So basically, I'm
Mr.
just really
Varun.
excited. Yeah, thanks, bro. I'm just excited for
Mr.
the game
Varun.
because it's like a Bundesliga reunion in a way. It's like Bayern manager versus Bayer Leverkusen manager. So I'm looking forward to that matchup. And my prediction is a bit confused.
Oh,
That's how I
interesting.
wanted to say it. It was like, so I feel that if Hansi and if Xabi Alonso has been able to master what Barca did last season, like all the mistakes, whatever, because he just come in, he doesn't know how absolutely obliterated Madrid was against Barcelona every time last season. If he can figure that out, I think it's going to be a 3-1 to Barcelona, like Ralph said. But if Barcelona can somehow pull it off and stick to their guns, I feel like they might just pull off a 1-0 win. And yeah, I just want to say that
We don't
because
have guns. We have a pistol.
I mean, it's not a prediction, but it's more like a thing that I feel like it would go either direction based on how the managers figure out the tactics. Because the past couple of weeks have been both teams have kind of slipped up, so I feel like the chances go either way. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. What about you, Nithin? Any prediction?
I mean, I don't really have any predictions. I don't watch the La Liga enough to give a prediction, but based off the injury scares and the injury worries for Barcelona, even I'd go for a Real Madrid win. But yeah, guys, let's close shop.
This is what we want.
Uh,
This is what we want.
Hey, to
The
be fair,
underdogs.
listen, to be fair, y'all are in a sticky situation because Varun predicted a win for y'all, so you're more likely to lose now.
Oh, you
Just letting
did?
you know. Yeah, you just did.
Shit.
But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed episode 2 of the Footism podcast. Some of the familiar faces were not here, but we've introduced some new faces as well, or one new face to be exact. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends. We're also on Instagram. We'll put a link somewhere here for you guys to follow. If you don't see it, you can always go to our channel description, and the Instagram link is there as well. We'll catch you guys next week. This is a Monday right now, so a lot of things can change over the week. But yeah, we'll catch you guys next week for episode 3 of the Footism podcast. Stay safe, and we'll see you guys then. Peace.